decolonization, in a sense, can be viewed as this sort of aesthetic or theoretical or sort of conceptual endeavor. And for me, it is that, but actually, when it lives solely in the theory and out of the practice, there's something missing. So my name is Giles Tettey Nartey. I'm an architect, artist, educator. So I was asked to look at the Dominion screens, which are a series of carvings which show the flora, fauna, people, and industries of British Empire, also including India. And really, it was created in the 1930s. And within these screens, they were created as a sort of celebration initially. They were created as a sort of celebration of the exploits and the achievements of the British Empire, but actually with a sort of modern gaze, we're able to see kind of the really problematic images within it. So for me, it was really interesting and really important for me to really try and tackle this within the project. So the first stage was the creation of Assembly. And what Assembly was trying to do was to, in a way, reference the Dominion screens. And rather than thinking about it as a horizontal screen, which activities and actions and functions take place in front of it, it was this idea of how do you create a piece that allows this gathering of people within it. So really, it's made out up of a series of these fragmented stools, and the idea is that actually is a multitude of different voices which come together to create a decision or to speak about things. So Assembly, at its core, it's this conversational piece. It's a piece that facilitates discussion, it's a piece that facilitates conversation. The intervention within the Dominion screen exists as sort of two stages. You have rewriting and you have rereading. It's this idea of how do you tell new stories. So the idea of rereading takes a panel and obscures a certain section of it. And through that obscuring and through that concealing, and also the revealing of a certain portion, you tell a new story. You remove what it used to be, and actually you allow people to engage with it and read it in a completely different way. And then the second part of this is the rewriting, which was the recreation of a new panel. And thinking about what are the things which cannot be extracted, what are the things that cannot be subverted, what are the things that cannot be overlooked and erased. And for me, it's this idea of festival and this idea of dance and culture. So when making the new panel, it was important to think about this as a framing of this. So within a new panel, it shows an amalgamation of 3 festivals that take place in Ghana, which in some degree is a complete opposite to what takes place on the original panels. The original panels show material to be taken away, whereas this new panel shows the things that bring people together: dance, festival, communion in a sense. So I think it's important to say that actually I'm not the authority on this. What this represents is one interpretation, one methodology, one way of working, actually. And I would hope that this starts a series of conversations with other institutions, in collaboration with other artists, other practitioners, in a way to begin to unravel and look at and discover and to reimagine other colonial objects, artifacts and images to tell some new stories.